Hello guys, welcome back to Adult Farm. In today's particular videos, we'll be discussing on the topic how we can make feed for our goat farming both during dry season and rainy season. Currently we are in rainy season time, so definitely there are fresh grass everywhere that we can cut and feed it to our goats. But when it gets to rainy season, how are we going to get this particular fresh grass to feed our goats? Which we all know that goat feed on 70% grass, and while the 30% is what concentrate feed. So that was the reason why I'm introducing you guys to what we call the silage feed. Silage feed is a process whereby we can store our feed for a very long time. Even during dry season, we can still feed them this particular feed. It's a process whereby we preserve the grass. Silage feed is, it involves a lot of grasses. Or you can use like elephant grass, the guinea corn, the maize, soya beans, and a lot of grasses, you understand, that goats do feed on. So you can use that to make what your silage feed. And what are the process in which, if you want to make a silage feed for your goat, it involves on getting this particular grass ready. Like this particular machine showing right here is called a chopper machine. Look at this particular corn on chaff that the machine is just grounded, so they want to use it to make a silage feed. For example, if you want to depend on making a maize silage feed alone, then you need to plant your maize. Okay, after planting your maize need to reach about probably on 4 months, 5 months to some certain levels, you understand, before you can use them for silage feed. And sometimes even if your maize have grown out to maturity stage whereby they have produced their fruit, you can still use them to produce your silage feed. But the ideal time to produce silage feed using a maize is when the maize are still very young, whereby they are just producing their flowers, you understand. So that was the right time for you to use the maize, because it has a lot of nutrients in it. And when if you use that particular age of maize to produce silage feed, like I said, it has a lot of nutrients in it, and protein content in it, so it will make your animal grow faster. So like I said, today is just how you can make a silage feed. After getting your maize ready for the stuff, then what are the next thing for you to need? You need what we call the molasses. The molasses is just like the residue from what sugar cane, so it's a sugar. So when you use that to add it to the corn or whichever grass that you might have chopped out with the chopper machine, then definitely after you have done that, then you add your molasses to it. Okay, now currently I'm planning in doing something like that probably in the next on 3 weeks. So definitely a video will be shown to you guys, so that you guys understand the step one after the other. Today particularly just like on the theoretical aspect of it, but we are not at the farm, so that I can show you this particular step on one after the other. But I just want you guys to have that ideologies in mind, just have that mindset that this is how to make a silage feed. You get whichever grass of that you want to use. After that is ready, then the next thing is to get a molasses. And I think 1 kg of molasses costs about 1,000 naira or 1,500 naira, depending on where you are located. So that's 1 kg of it. So after getting the molasses, you add it to whichever particular grass that you might have chopped with the chopper machine. You add it together, you mix it, you suppress it, you press it together. The whole scenario is just that you need to preserve the food. There shouldn't be air entering into the feed, so that at least the feed will preserve for a very long time. So you can use like on a drum to store this particular feed. After mixing your molasses with it, or with you can, like I said, you can use a drum, you can use a bag, you can use any type of, even a trampoline. Okay, but the most important thing, after mixing the molasses with it, then you cannot store the food there. Okay, now for example, if you are using a drum, after you mix the molasses with it, you pour all the feed inside the drum, you cover it, you suppress it, you make sure that air is not entering into the feed. You keep it for a very long time before you can start feeding it to your animal. By then, all the molasses will mix to it, so that the feed will have taste. The purpose of you adding the molasses to it, number one, is to preserve the food, and the second reason is to give the food a taste. Like I said, molasses is just like a sugar, so adding it to a particular grass to give that particular grass a taste, and the animals are going to love it, and they are going to feed on it. So if you want to create food that will last you for a very long time, even dry season and rainy season, I would advise you to go into silage making, which is very, very important for goat farming. Even if you are doing the goat in a smaller scale at your backyard, you still need to make this particular silage feed for yourself. And like I said earlier, not only maize, you can use guinea corn, you can use maize, you can use on soya beans, you can even use on berry waste. For sure person that doesn't know a berry waste, I think it's a residue bit on after on I think on making malt. The residue that you do get out is called, I mean, that is what we call the berry waste. You can get it for everywhere, like even in Lagos, in Ibadan, you can get this particular berry waste at a very good cheaper price. Although if you want to feed them this particular berry waste, make sure that you are giving them the dry one, and there should be a percentage of the berry waste because it has a lot of fat in it. So people do use this berry waste to fatten their pigs, but it's good in times of goat farming as well. But you are going to mix it with a lot of things like the soya beans, the wheat brown, the corn brown, we have the GNC, the PKC. Those are the stuff that you mix your feed with, so that in order for your goats to grow faster and grow bigger. You can see this particular video showing right here. You can see how beautiful this particular goat looks like. Those are the concentrate feed I'm talking about. But in today's particular video, just like how to make a silage feed. Like I said, get your chopper machine ready, get the type of grass that you want to do, that you want to use for silage feed, chop the grass, add your molasses to it, mix it together, and store it inside what you can use a drum, you can use a trampoline, you can use whichever thing that you want to use it to store this particular feed. Those are just the steps in which you need to take to achieve a silage feed, and which is very, very important. So I just want to make this particular video short. That is just the basic way of making a silage feed. Okay, so try that, and you will thank me later. And if you want to know step by step on how to do that, or if you want me to help you to do that, or if you want to go into goat farming, like I said, I'm into goat farming, I can teach you the step-by-step guide on how you can achieve a very successful goat farming. Okay, and thank you for watching this particular video. Keep on sharing our videos, and if you think that this particular video is good enough, please kindly give me a thumbs up, and bye for now.